Hi, it's Dr. Doug Curtis.
And you see Curtis from dyslexicanunstoppable.com.
Today we wanted to discuss with you how to tell what type of reading classes, what type of reading help your child might need based on what type of reading problem they might have, and the clues that can clue you into some of that. Because what we found with our son is going through traditional remediation classes didn't help him. It wasn't until we got him into the specialized reading for kids with dyslexia. So along the way, we figured out some clues. And what was one of the first couple of clues we found?
Sure. One of the differences is for a dyslexic kid, the words feel like they're coming out of the book. So they're looking at it and the words are all over the place, right? And it's blurry, and sometimes they can feel like the paragraphs are moving, or that you just read a whole paragraph or a sentence and they don't have any idea what they read, right? So for like example, from somebody who just has a reading problem, maybe they don't know how to pronounce something. So, but for dyslexic, they get this frustration, and you could tell like you have to ask them questions, and you'll see if there's something about the way the pages are moving, or that they're not looking at one specific word like just like that and saying, I don't know how to spell that word. It's more than that. Then it gives you a clue.
Yeah. The other thing I think is a big clue is seeing the response to how they do with the initial classes. Like if one thing we noticed is that when we went through like rote memorization with things and that kind of stuff, that kind of stuff just did not help. And if you see your child has learned the phonics, learned like how a word sound is supposed to fit together to make a word, and yet they come back to that word and again they still have difficulties, that's a sign that there's something more going on.
And they can't, and there's exactly the frustration of it. You're like, we just went through with all this, the word and how to say it, and he comes back and back and back, like there was something with where and when and where, and it always came back and he could never remember, and we were getting frustrated and he was getting frustrated. So, and there was more to just not decoding it. It was just, there was more to it. You could feel it,
Yeah, so I think that those are great clues. Ask your child, do you see the words moving on the page? Do things get blurry? Do they get wavy? You can certainly, sometimes they do invert stuff, but that's not a big part of it. And then if you do notice that you're repeating the same lessons and they're not sticking, these could be all signs that it could be something more. And then you need to pursue different classes than the traditional remediation classes.
The one thing I would say also is if your child is getting help in the school and it doesn't seem to progress. Because we did remedial reading classes, but with a school which helped kids who were, either moved from another country or were just behind in their reading, and they didn't help with the decoding.
They plugged them into the first grade curriculum and said, okay, we're going to move you through this curriculum to get you up to grade level, but it wasn't. There was no
improvement. Yeah.
So that was a big one too. All right, so these are just some of the clues that we found with our son, and also I found actually with a lot of my patients. Let us know what clues you've noticed with your children. Drop us a comment below. Visit us at our website. It's www.dyslexicanunstoppable.com. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.